Alberta is going through a skilled labor shortage, and what we're seeing right now is that Indigenous youth, 18 to 35, is the fastest growing demographic that want to take part. There's an incredible opportunity for employers to embrace a growing demographic. Also, a great opportunity for Indigenous skilled tradespeople to take part in building the infrastructure of Alberta, growing from apprentices to journey people with the support of industry and willing employers.
There's so much potential for the Indigenous in the trades, but they need to be supported and to support one another.
Very aware of my being Indigenous and being in a trade where I see no other Indigenous people working. It's just kind of me in a group of them. All my life I was trying to fit into a group of people or any group of people to be part of something that I wasn't even part of. I figured if I dressed like them, talked like them, I'd be part of something. So it was very problematic for me as a person. At first I was timid and I thought I'd prove myself what I know. At the time I was very scared to make a mistake, very quiet, I'll watch somebody else do it before I do it, not confident in my skills at trying anything. And then as time progressed, I realized and saw that everyone makes mistakes.
It's hard to distinguish what racism is in the workplace. It could be a lack of energy or engagement. There's many instances where the attitude or the behavior of the receiving person doesn't match my energy.
Being an Indigenous woman on the trades, I feel that we're mostly looked down upon, and some people say oh, they can't work, they're lazy, or they won't show up every day. I'm the type of person that if somebody tells me I can't do it, I'll go out there and prove them wrong. It takes a whole lot of hard work and dedication, and you have to be mentally strong not to let other people get to you.
There's always that initial barrier of coming on to that new job site. I always felt that I had to prove something, that I had to live up to an expectation. And a huge part of success is fitting in. You don't have to overextend yourself to fit another person's view because they already have a view set up of you to begin with.
I can feel the eyes on me, but is it really eyes on me with judgment, or is that just me judging their eyes? So I focus on just doing the job as best I can and not pay attention to what I think people are thinking.
Being a role model, first thing is you gotta get up and then you gotta show up. And that can be the most difficult thing sometimes. I just like to be a role model for other Indigenous women to step up and take on the trades. My skills were underestimated by a journeyman. He screamed back at the other foremen, I don't wanna work with her, send her back. I need somebody who can actually do the job. But you gotta be mentally strong enough to overcome those kind of situations. You just gotta prove them wrong and keep going to work every day. After 2 weeks, they were surprised I was still showing up. They thought I would quit by then. All that was in my mind is journeywoman ticket. So I kept going and I blocked everything else out.
With the complexity of the projects that we take on, our staff needs to have a lot of tools in their pocket. So we need amazing people. That's sort of the bar we set. And with the Tradeswins program, we know that the individuals have some exposure, some hands-on training that we need up front.
My advice to employers on how to create a safe and inclusive workplace for everybody, including Indigenous people, is to have a zero tolerance policy. Zero tolerance for racism, zero tolerances for microaggressions. Everybody belongs.
If someone's critical of your work, you can take in that information without being self-critical. But they'll try and expect you to have a reaction. So my best reaction to that is no reaction. If you can be disrespected by a word, you give that word more power, then you give your own choice, your own free will.
What stands out to me about the professionalism and the work ethic of Indigenous tradespeople is that in many situations, they have to work harder to prove themselves, to be competent, to be skillful. And I think when they bring that with them to the job site, they usually exceed expectations.
Our current field staff is comprised of 25% of Tradeswins graduates and a lot of long-term employees, over 5 years working for us. And they're flourishing. They're slowly but surely becoming leaders and workers we can trust.
employers should understand that being Indigenous in the trades, we're actually really hard workers, and I would want to tell other women to keep their head up and to focus on their goals. And I feel that they will accomplish what they really want to work towards.
What I'd like employers to understand about our Indigenous tradespeople and recently trained graduates is that they're on par with everybody else coming out of the field. All we need is equal opportunity.
Everybody has their own image of what carpentry is, and I want to create a beautiful mosaic of my life. Carpentry as one piece, industrial design as another piece. Like a master in architecture is just another piece. There's no need for me to be anywhere else because I have those brothers and sisters working alongside me, people that care about your future and that want to see your future better.
In the end, everybody thinks what they're going to think. You can't control that, so you got no point worrying about it. That's how it's helped me to realize that, to know that I'm worthy.